This is lesson 10, and it's about men and women and the reality of babies that we can no longer have because there's just too many people on this earth to provide for them. You know, either somebody has to die or somebody else cannot be born because the earth is full. It is a finite planet. And even though, I personally love big families, and lots of kids running around are, a delight, but it just can't be anymore. Other like, well, that doesn't matter. Anyway, the cost of that is that we have to find more respect between each other. Men and women have to find respect for each other that they do not currently have in abundance. Our lives are very dependent upon the fact of the matter is that without love we all die. With love we don't. So we have to decide what we're going to do, and there are three choices in life. There are only three choices. It's just a matter of truth. You can love and expect that means to respect life and all its miracles. You can choose to be a herd of animals, which means that I want what I want and that's all that I want, and I don't want anything but what I want, and I believe the game is wonderful and everybody should be a player, and everybody's a winner or loser or whatever it is that you want to believe, along with the lies that come with it, and the fears that come with it, and the obedience that comes with obeying the cult leader, which is basically a herd. Every herd has a cult leader. Every herd, don't question the leader, just follow along, so that they take care of you, but of course they don't. And then there's hate, which is basically the chaos that comes before the grave, which simply means that there's nothing about hate that is about life other than the fact that they want to judge you and then enslave you and make you fear and so on. So none of that is useful to living a peaceful and happy life, and that's what, of course, balancing each other with male and female means. Without balance we get to the extremes, and you can see in this human society of the United States that the extremes are everywhere, and there are massive amounts of people who believe in extremes and should not, because it does not help you. They made politics into a game. It's no longer about people. It's no longer about life or society or happiness or the future or anything like that. It's simply about winning or losing. And of course, losers hate you, and the winners become arrogant, as did the Democrats or the university, which runs both sides. The university diploma leads us. Do you know any leader that doesn't have a university diploma? It isn't about, it isn't about reality. It's just about their fantasy. But back to men and women, the really big effect of men and women is that we do have sex with each other, and if you think of that as a lesson in value, then you will respect each other. And if you think of that as a game to be won or played, or a trophy to be taken, or whatever it is, then it will not have value, because it will lose respect, and without respect there is no relationship. You must have respect to have a relationship. You must trust each other to form a path into the future, and you must hope with each other to create the moments that become a commitment to life with you or with them, so that you can survive the future, because that I can trust you. I can, we can walk together in this path to life. Unfortunately, A lot of young women are, become afraid, or they want to create some kind of future by clinging on to a husband to take care of them. And that doesn't really work because, grabbing a hold of some young man before he's ready to commit to that means that there's going to be struggles along the way. And of course, uh, if he struggles too much, or if women struggle too much, you have to let truth decide if you're fit for each other. I was married for a couple of years, no kids, and that means that I'm familiar with the idea that young girls in particular, they want what they want. They do. They want what they want, and they don't want what they don't want, and they expect you to give them whatever it is that they expect from you. And if they don't get what they expect from you, then they go to manipulating and doing other things to make you stay with them so they can get what they want. But that doesn't work because it kills off, the love that brings you together. Your love cannot survive manipulation or lies or anything but truth. Truth lets it survive. And without truth, you lose respect for each other, and without respect, you have no relationship, and the relationship dies. So you need to have respect for each other. You need to respect the fact that it takes a while for every human being to decide what it is that they want in life. You can't just expect something. You have to actually learn what it is that is true in you. And it takes, maybe till 30 years old to do that. Or 20s or something. It takes a while to do that. You're not prepared beyond that. And of course, both boys and girls, or men and women, don't want to wait with sex until they're fully aware of what they want and where they're going and so on. And that, of course, has been the foundation of human existence for a long time, because in a world where we died early in life, it was necessary for young people to have children right away, so that the population would grow. And even in those times, the population grew. Every year, I'm sure the population grew no matter what. And of course, today with better medical treatment and better food supplies, we don't die as quickly, and that means that the population really grows. 100 million or so more children are born than die every year, and that's a very big number. A number we can't survive, which means that we have to make the decision that nobody wants to make, which means that we can't just have whatever child, whatever size family you want. We are 8.2 billion people, and we have to make an actual decision based upon that to do our part for the world, or we won't have a world to live in. And it really is that simple. We have to do that. And for us to have happiness, for us to share the knowledge that we are human beings and we are miracles, and everything should be good for us, we have to take control of our world so that it doesn't die from those who hate us. And there are probably, I don't know how many, but in real terms, there's probably not more than one every 100,000 or so people who hate us. So, but that's still a big number in 8.2 billion. Nonetheless, we have to remove the hate so that the rest of us can live a life that is realistic to our own needs and purposes. That means, of course, that you can't just gamble your life away. If you do, you'll be sorry. And you can't throw life away. You can't do a lot of the things that you do. You can't be afraid of your life, because if you are, you don't respect yourself. And if you don't respect yourself, you're not going to respect somebody else. Or you're going to claim that they're God or whatever, and be part of their cult. As the university has, who knows how many followers that fully believe the university is God. As COVID proved, COVID was a claim of a pandemic that was not true, and they claimed to, vaccine made everything better, but that's not true. They claimed a lot of things that were not true, and so we have to reevaluate our lives, and we can't do that without a courtroom and redress, and you have to do that. But it comes back to, if you're going to be happy, if you're going to live a life that in society that is fair and legitimate and with justice and hope and value for everyone, we really need to have men and women share a common thread of acceptance. If you don't accept each other as what we need, it fails. Women are very different than men. Even though they seems to be similar, they are in fact very different. Men are, they push. We are different forces. Men push and women pull, basically. And those are two very different things. And when they come together, things go well. Or if they find a reason to separate, things go badly. You have to realize that if you have to meet 100 people to even have remotely believe you can find someone that is probably suitable for the rest of your life. You have to meet that many people, and you can't do that if someone you meet decides that you're the one and you're the only one and you don't have a choice, and I made the decision and now it's your turn to make the decision. Me, just me. And that, of course, is not correct, or that was not what is required. But there are tears and all kinds of heartbreak and what have you. If someone wants you but you don't want them, or you just simply have to do something else with your life because that's what life calls you to do. And you shouldn't hate someone. You shouldn't be too sad with that, because they have a life and they have a right too. You can't judge someone. Don't judge somebody. It just hurts you. Don't judge them. Let them be who they are. Let them be who they are. That's not so hard. And it is required if we're going to be friends. We can't be friends if we are not true to ourselves. We have to be who we are. So try to do that in your relationships. Accept each other for who you are. Fight for each other. Help each other. You are in this together. It's not the man's job to just do everything you want. It's not the woman's job to give you whatever you want. You have to do it together. And especially you have to not lie to each other. Because if you lie, you're tearing down what you built. And when you tear down what you build, you can't get anywhere. You're destroying yourselves. Stop it.